Morning, folks. Today's soap is brought to us from Stirling. This one here is Satsuma. It's got a citrus, spicy type scent. This one here is the Glacial formula. You can tell right there. So in other words, it's going to have some menthol added to it and definitely will pick it up. Nice mandarin scent to it also. It's pretty nice. Now this soap is the Glacial formula, but the aftershave that I got is not. I kind of did it that way, thinking that by the time my usual run with, like for instance, what's left, I just got a little bit left. Witch hazel's got peppermint and menthol in it, and then by the time I get done using the Phoenix Artisan cube here that's mentholated, this ice cube, gonna have quite a bit of menthol going on anyway. But yeah, that's the setup this morning. Blade of choice this morning is the Gillette PermaSharp, and I got it here in a Merkur Futur. This one here is the gold version. These are probably not the easiest to find, and they're not the cheapest of all the Merkurs. This one here I got on eBay. Got a heck of a deal on this one here. I'll get into it a little bit more, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. I'm going to start with setting 6, go to 5 and 4 if I can remember to change all that while I'm doing it. Got the lather whipped up here, just a little on the drippy side. Just look at that, just a little bit. This is a Yaqi brush. See if I can do this without it dripping everywhere. And if you can see that, it's 24 millimeter. This came to me by the way of Stephen Sprague. This brush did, but I don't know. That's what it looks like in there, where it runs all the way out. Had fun whipping this one up. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning, so I'll go ahead and wet the face and get the Preshave cube on. The story behind this particular shaver is I was looking at this one and another one, and the other one is, I guess you might call it the matte finish or the satin finish. And I got that one there. I guess you might say the more common one. I got that one there, the same price I got this one. And which was, to me, I just was really surprised that I was able to do that. I had originally sent, you know, they have on eBay, you can make an offer. So I decided, and I normally don't do that very often, especially if I feel like it's reasonably priced. So what I was trying to do, and I didn't think it was being too terribly unreasonable, I just decided to try my luck to see if I could reduce the price to help offset the shipping. And he declined. So I went ahead and placed a bid and got it basically close to that price anyway. So I thought that was kind of funny. But I end up getting both of them, and this one here has been the first time I've used this one. I had set it aside, you know, to do my first shave with this one here on camera. But this shaver, it's a good looking shaver. Now, I got mine for 50 bucks. Matter of fact, at both of them, I paid the same price for both of them. So each one was $50, which is, for this, is a pretty good price. Definitely cannot complain a bit about how much I paid for it. And the availability of these are, to me, I think are kind of hard to find. Not near as readily available, easy to find like the rest of them are. And I did find, which it didn't take me very long, because I kind of figured that they would, but Razor Emporium, I almost got some soap in my eye, has them. And I think it's right around the $100 mark. And it is gold, so you are going to pay just a bit more for a gold shaver versus one that's not. If you're really interested, I did get some soap up there, didn't I? If you're really interested in getting one like this one here. I don't have very many gold shavers. I don't think, when it comes to modern ones, I think this is the only one I got. The other one I think I have is a vintage Gillette. So Don't have very many of these. This is going to be a pretty cool shave. But PermaSharp blades, for me, are pretty nice blades, especially when you're got it on a rather aggressive setting. And this one here, in my opinion, that the Future's in other words, if you look at a setting on a 5 on a Progress and a 5 on a Future, the Future 5 is more aggressive in my opinion. It's been a moment since I've seen the video, and I'm wanting to say it was Kevy. I think it was Kevy because it's been a while. We want to be careful about this top, taking it off or putting it on. I think it was Kevy that was showing his finger where he cut it, and it wasn't cut from the if I remember right, it wasn't cut from the sharpened edge. It was cut from the edge that's not sharpened. His finger slipped, in other words, with this top, the way it snaps on. I'll try to remember to show what this looks like when the top is popped off. But as you can tell that the ends are enclosed, so shaving underneath the nose, you shouldn't have to worry about that. But to me, that is yeah, I've seen videos, and sometimes for me, it just amazes how you can get such a large object underneath your nose, especially if you have to get really close up here, how close you can get that with a head that's that big. But I have not shaved underneath my nose in many years, so, and back then it was with a cartridge, so there that is. And most of those days was either with a single edge Bic or using a twin Good News. That was a long time ago. Well over 20 years ago. The glacial feel, the nice cooling effect. And to me, this is, it depends on your, I guess you might say, your sensitivity to menthol and your nose, because my nose is not very good. But it does help my nose out quite a bit. But it's not over the top. Oh, almost forgot, didn't I? See, my hands are slippery, so moving this to 5, like hanging on to it, you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. Or I should do that with dry hands. Now with the PermaSharp blade, the first pass on the 6 wasn't too terribly bad. I know on the other satin one, can't remember exactly what blade it was, but boy, that first pass sure did feel aggressive. This particular blade feels like it's a, how you say, better set for this particular shaver. We had taken Tony to the vet. Matter of fact, I'm going to use this towel over here. It's a little bit wet and slippery. Took Tony to the vet, so there's not going to be any little Tonys running around. And they give us a cone to put around his head, keep him from licking the stitches. And if you're familiar with some of the kids' animated videos, there's one that's called Wreck-It Ralph. Well, it's Wreck-It Tony with this cone, because I mean, he just runs into anything and everything, knocking things over. He is not happy with that cone. So we do take it off from time to time, and it's off right now, so he's, in case you might say, enjoying the absence of the cone. But he is kind of funny to watch with that cone on, because he just bounces into everything, slinging his head here and there. When we first brought him home from the vet, he was still under the medication, and so yeah, I did get some right up in there. I can see it. When he would run into something with the cone, he would just stop and he would just stand there. he wouldn't move. It was funny. But he's still on the pain medication, but for the most part, he's pretty much normal now, acting to his old self. They did enjoy having him up there because he is such a friendly dog. I mean, just everybody his friend. And like I say, he doesn't understand boundaries at all, and that his size and looks scare some people. But he's just a big baby. He just wants people to give him attention and play with him. Yeah, this blade is much better. This is the blade for this shaver for me. These PermaSharp blades, this is a lot smoother than what I had before. Not everybody enjoys the wet lather like I do, but I tell you what, I sure do. The slickness is there, very slick, rinses off easy. Face feels really good this morning. That glacial feel, everything is just, it's really working on my face. Yesterday we had the heat index, I think it was up around 103 or 5 or something like that. It's still pretty warm around here. Late in the evening, I guess around the 8:30 time frame, a storm was trying to come our direction. It was on the right path, and it's just like most anything else. Once it gets close to us, it splits and goes around. So we didn't actually get any rain, at least not here where I'm at. But there was a good light show going on last night. Picking up my son from his band practice, they cut it a little bit short, but typically, in other words, he gets done right around 9 o'clock time frame. And so I was already on my way. I'm gonna go ahead and use this towel over here. Help dry some of this off and pop this top off. There we go. That's what it looks like on the underside if you've never seen one of these. I think it's Dovo Online is the name of the website where they have parts for these if you're happening to need one, and they do sell that part right there. And don't know if you're going to be able to see this if I can get this blade back in there. This is what it looks like on the inside, and it's got those posts right there. This particular PermaSharp, I think this would be a newer stock. I'm not 100% sure, but the print is there. If the camera catches it, it's there. It's really hard to see. The very first time I got these, I didn't even think they were marked, and it just happened to be when I was taking it out at the end of the shave that the light caught it just right where I could see that it was. It's there. It's printed on there, but it sure is hard to see. Not the easiest thing. Didn't show it earlier. I got the alum block here, complete with rubber band. But that was a really nice shave. It's like, man, that blade is perfect for this shaver for me. I know it's not for everybody, but it made that 6 setting felt nice, smooth, and comfortable. I could have went all 3 passes with the 6 with that blade. It was pretty comfortable. It was not near as aggressive feeling like was with the satin one. I can't even remember what blade I used, but boy, that it did feel pretty aggressive. In other words, it's like, I think 6 is a little bit too high. Just got a little bit of stinging this morning down here on my neck. Kind of typical. There's usually a spot or 2 down here. This past week I've been using the soap and using different shavers, but I can still tell from time to time, you can see that little bit of the red mark still there. I think there might have been because of maybe the cut was deeper there, but every once in a while I could feel things are still trying to heal up right there. Every once in a while it will sting in that general area. Not exactly where the red mark is at, but it could be just a little bit to each side, but still, I guess you might say, still healing up just a bit. Speaking of, shavettes and straight razors, I ordered one quite some time ago, trying to remember, I think in May, might have been down towards the end of May, and from a gentleman that's kind of sort of local. He's in state at least. He's in Oklahoma City, and Jacob Ray Razors. And I think Cap has done a video a few years back with one or two of his shavers. And when you order his, it's most of the time, not always, depends on when you find him, when you can catch him. In other words, it's made to order. And he may have some that are already made, but in my particular case, when I was looking, it would be made to order. So by the time I ordered it and it was processed, of course, in line. So first come, first serve, in other words. And when he got to mine and got it made, and then there's a gentleman that he uses to go ahead and sharpen put an edge on the blade to hone it. He lives in Texas. The way just looking at the addresses and whatnot, and I got it in here recently, and hopefully, I'm hoping to be able to get a shave in on video. It's not it's a custom of sorts, but then again, not so much. Man, this is like say this is not the glacial formula, but I could sure pick up that the tangerine. There's a little bit of a spice to it. I think I'm gonna put some more on. I've been using this all week. Show you what the restrictor looks like. But anyhow, I finally got it in just yesterday. So I've been kind of oohing and on over the straight razor. It's a little different in the way that it's shaped, so I'm going to practice. My electricity went out. I think I'll go ahead and wrap this up. I'm sorry. And I hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.